Good afternoon and welcome. It's been reported that the five Memphis ex-police officers are charged with murder and jailed over the death of Tyre Nichols, who died after a serious beating by these police officers. What is also paradoxical is that these officers are all black, so the race angle here is very interesting. Some people would argue that the the institution of policing in the United States and in some parts of the Western world, it's so racialized that even those minority or racial minorities, such as black officers who join, have sort of absorbed the culture of violence from the wider historical incidences of policing and violence against black and brown people. That they themselves, when they are in a position of authority over other black folks, they replicate the same violence towards the victims. In this case, Ataya Nichols, rest in peace, who was described as defenseless during his savage beating by police, according to his attorneys. He was defenseless during the savage beating that preceded his death earlier this month, as described by the attorneys for his family on a press conference on Monday. And early in the day, law enforcement officers had privately met with the family and their lawyers to show them video footage of the police stop, which I think has been released today to the public. The lawyer Antonio Romanici described the violent scene. He described it as a human piñata for those police officers. It was an unadulterated, unabashed, non-stop beating of this young boy for 3 minutes. And the attorney Ben Crump said the video reminded him of the infamous video of Los Angeles police beating Rodney King in 1991. And Nicola, who was also black, died on January 10th, 3 days after he was stopped by Memphis police for reckless driving. He fled the scene of the traffic stop but was ultimately taken to custody after what police said were two confrontations with officers. Authorities say the 29-year-old Nichols complained of shortness of breath after his arrest and was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Nichols' family said the police beat him so badly that became unrecognizable. Crump, one of the family's lawyers, said Nichols was tased, pepper sprayed, and restrained during the incident, part of which occurred about 80 yards from where Nichols lived with his mother and stepfather. Crump said Nichols could be heard calling out for his mother just before the video ended. Yet again, we are seeing evidence of what happens to black and brown people from simple traffic stops, he said. You should not be killed because of a simple traffic stop. I think no one would disagree with that. Authorities promised Nico's family that they would release the video of the incident to the public in 1 or 2 weeks, but I think it has been released today. Nico's mother, Rowan Von Wells, said Hassan didn't do drugs or carry guns and questioned why police felt they had to violently arrest him. Wells remembered Hassan as a beautiful soul who loved to take photographs of the sunset. He had my name tattooed on his arm, and that made me proud because most kids don't put their mom's name, but he did, she said. A photo that has circulated news reports and social media shows a badly bruised Nichols lying in a hospital bed after his arrest. There are multiple investigations underway, but it is now understood that the reasonable request for public to view the video because this has been accepted. Um, but then the officers have now been charged with with murder, and the Justice Department and the FBI investigating Nichols' death, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has also launched an inquiry. So, folks, there we are again of yet another black soul, another black man, another black person dead at the hands of the police. It never stops, it goes on and on. And it's difficult to envisage what it would take within the law, within the confines of a democratic society, to stop what is a clear, senseless death. And that, like I said before, all the officers involved in this murder were black. That doesn't make it any less, but it just shows how the decaying nature of the policing system in the United States, it transcends race, although race is a factor. We shall be watching developments and study any impact, wider impact that has on other areas, other countries, such as the United Kingdom or in Europe, Holland, France, Canada, and whether yet this is another George Floyd incident, sadly. But for now, there we shall leave it, and we'll see you soon, hear from you soon in the next episode of The Diary of a Lawyer. Thank you and have a good weekend. Over and out.